is relying so heavily on banelings, doesn't really want that liability of too much infantry. And mech just does so well against Terran. So good decision there to start switching to mech. But just playing defensively, sort of turtled up in his base right now. A lot of idle SCVs doing absolutely nothing. There they go, finally starting to do something. And he is closing that worker gap ever so slightly. But Artosis, like I said, picking up 2 extra. There's a scan finally, 2 extra hatcheries. They are detected. But so many lings and banelings gives Artosis nice map control. That creep is starting to spread all over the map. And something I always say about versus Zerg matches is you need to try and contain the Zerg. You can't let them expand all over the map. You have to push that creep back, and he is not doing either of these things. Tons of drones coming to the front line. Artosis is, looks like these are going to be heading to the expansions, already saturated on these 2 bases. And we are getting Hive Tech. I should keep the production tab up. Getting the Infernal Pre-Igniter and weapons, so definitely a mech transition for our Terran player. We are getting Ventral Sacs and Glial Reconstitution. So maybe planning to do a Roach drop. I guess this is down the new Roach speed, so never mind. That's Roach speed, but we are getting Overlord's drops researched. And still, Genesis just content to hide in his base, slowly producing the mech units he needs for a strong mech build. But he's just doing nothing at the moment to try and deny those Zerg expansions, putting no pressure on Artosis, and the longer he waits, the wider that gap is going to get. However, sooner or later Artosis is going to hit the supply cap, in all fairness, and he will hopefully attack then and take advantage of his ability to rebuild army instead of just sitting there and accumulating resources. So a new command center going down, probably to float to this island expansion. So both players just look like they're trying to have a bit of a macro war here, but still I gotta put my money on Artosis right now. He just looks so confident right now, expanding all over the map. The creep is almost at his opponent's doorstep. The next creep tumor might very well get hit by a siege tank, and Genesis looking like he might move out, but I take that back. He is instead going to stay right there in his base, just terrified of facing that Zerg force. And here come those Spine Crawlers up to the front, so Artosis getting ready to siege his opponent. It's going to be pretty tough uphill work, lots of siege tanks on the high ground, and he does have that Overlord drop option researched. I wouldn't be surprised if he harasses this front and then drops something in the back. Tons of lings, still just lings. Some Spine Crawlers defending here, which is a nice decision. And looking now, he probably has a ton. 62 workers over 46, so still a handsome lead there. And this does look very exposed. The Overlord drop could be quite successful here. A starport finally coming down for Genesis. And just hiding tons of units in his base, not really able to press out. There are Spine Crawlers waiting for him, and a huge pile of Zerglings, Banelings, Hydralisks, and Infestors. So we'll see what those Infestors are going to be used for. I wouldn't be surprised if they're just there for Neural Parasite. However, it isn't researched. Is it being researched? It is not, so I take that back. They're just there for show. We do have a Greater Spire coming down from Artosis, so absolutely no contestation at all. Artosis is able to reach for that Tier 3 right away, and if he gets Broodlords, what good is mech? Looks like Genesis is just waiting too long. He really needs to press out, and he needs to press out now, or he is going to get utterly annihilated here. Starting to press out with these Hellions. Unfortunately, not really doing much there, just repositioning. He is going to take out these Spine Crawlers, but Artosis, in no hurry, is just going to pull back, produce some more units, just wait for those Broodlords, because that is his I win button. He gets those, it's a good game. Just not enough Terran infrastructure here. He will run out of resources fighting a battle against Broodlords and Zerg infantry. He just will not be able to keep up. Starting to press out again with his ball here. Infantry units in the front with a little bit of support from Siege Tanks, Thors, and Hellions. And Artosis looks like he is content to concede that ground until he gets those Broodlords. Look at all these tons of Overlords here just spreading creep. He is at 200 supplies, so he's going to press in. Here they are. The Zergling is getting a nice flank. Held down with the goop there. Baneling's not even able to access these infantry. And looks like Artosis doesn't even need to bother to micro. He just overwhelms his opponent with that massive pile of Zerg units, and a good game from Genesis. Just didn't have what it takes to beat this macro king Artosis. Artosis, no surprise, is moving on to the round of 64, a best of 3 series, which will be starting very, very soon. And Artosis, showing that he is a classy guy, demands his opponent leave so he doesn't waste 5 minutes of his time. So a long game, but not much of interest there. Artosis just completely outplays his opponent. Keep tuning in to IC Cup TV for more coverage of the round of 64, which should be coming very, very soon. And Sooner or later we will finish this qualifying round, and it will be a round of 16, probably close to the 16 best players in the scene right now, and lots of prize money up for grabs. Lots of guys all want to play in this tournament because there's a lot at stake. So keep tuning in, keep following on TeamLiquid.net, check out those sponsors, and until next time, have a good one.